Since I'm the fusion of Vegeta and Kakarot, I guess that makes me Vegito. And this is Super Vegito!
What's going on, guys? Vegito here, and this is a remastered version of my very first What If. Since I lost the password to the old What If channel last year, I figured I'd remaster this What If on a new channel. Hey, so hit that like button and subscribe, not only to this channel, but also the main channel, as our goal for that channel is 500 subscribers, and at the end of the year. Anyway, let's get started. We started this around the time when Katsuki Bakugo's quirk manifested. While I was reading some manga, my quirk manifested as well, as a Saiyan tail just sprouted out of the back of my pants! Crazy, right? Now, before we move on, I might as well explain my quirk and what I can do. My quirk is called Manga Power. As a Manga Power, I can copy abilities, DNA, and quirks from any manga character. Now, before you guys ask about it in the comments, my quirk cannot work on stockpile quirks like Fat Gum, Aries Rewind, and One for All or All for One. And thanks to the Saiyan DNA, I ended up becoming a hybrid Saiyan, meaning I get access to that sweet, sweet hybrid Saiyan potential. Also, I get access to all parts of being a Saiyan, such as Zenkai's, Great Ape, and Super Saiyan forms. I'm not giving myself the God forms, because that might be way too OP. But enough of my quirk. Let's move on. Let's skip to about 1 year before the events of My Hero Academia begin. And that is when I met my main antagonist, Dabi. You're probably wondering, why Dabi? Well, I mean, Dabi's a little of a villain. But, of course I could only sound like Toga, but I got for Dabi over Toga. Now we know that back to the story. Now we know that Dabi has killed over 30 people. Now let's say she ends up pulling up to my house and turns my parents to ashes. As my parents are pro heroes ranked in the top 60. And I guess I should go over my parents' quirks. My dad's quirk is called Manga, which basically use powers from manga characters. And my mom's quirk is a copy quirk, which those two quirks combine to make Manga Power. And I saw Dabi kill my parents and kidnap a little sister who has the same quirk as I do. We'll see more of her in Season 3. And I wake up in the hospital a few hours later. And now I see my hands, I realize the skin and flesh have burned off of both of my hands, earning me a nickname Skeleton Hands from Bakugo. At my parents' funeral, Izuku Midoriya and his mom came to me and said that they'll adopt me since I'm basically an orphan at this point. Luckily, since me and Izuku are already best friends, I'm down to come live with them. And then Bakugo comes to me and says, "Hey, sorry for my loss." Let me remind you, Bakugo's less of an asshole here. That's how I say me shopping for some gloves. And I pick out a pair of black gloves with red accents. Fast forward a year, and time comes back to My Hero Academia to begin. As me and Izuku are walking home from school, one day, and the sludge villain appears out of nowhere, taking Izuku hostage. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention. I did pull a Yard's Radiant out of a manga to try and learn spirit control, which would make it way stronger in the year between Dabi killing my parents and the start of My Hero Academia. I forgot to mention that power of my quirk. So thanks to spirit control, I learned instant transmission, healing, cloning, and I'm still working on Force Spirit Vision. You're probably wondering, why did I choose those techniques? It's actually they were pretty useful to rescue people with. Now, for an example, let's say there are multiple people in a burning building. I can make a few clones and instant transmission them out. keep him safe until the ambulances arrive. Now, back to the story. And Izuku is taken hostage, and I don't want to hurt my friend. We're forced to wait till All Might arrives to save the day. And Izuku still grabs All Might's leg as I fly beside them, and we find out about Small Might. And now Izuku asks All Might if he comes here without a quirk. Unfortunately, All Might gives the same answer as the canon, as Izuku is still quirkless here. And so I'm getting one for all as per usual. So the sludge villain still escapes and takes Bakugo hostage. Leading to Izuku's hero instincts to kick in. After their way home, as All Might stops and tells Izuku that he can become a hero. But he does try to offer me one for all. But I decline and say, you should give it to Izuku, if he's quirkless. So before he leaves, All Might asks me why I want to become a hero. So I inform him on what Dabi did to my parents, and the fact that I want to bring him to justice. So then begins the 10 months of training, and Izuku's still doing the same training, except with me there to help him. He gets done in half the time, so he gets one for all 5 months early. Meaning, I help Izuku try to control his new power. And this time I also teach Izuku ki control. Meaning he knows how to fly and shoot ki blasts. And I also conjectured the idea of Izuku the idea of full cowling. Meaning thanks to this, at the end of the 10 months, Izuku can use 5% of one for all throughout his entire body without hurting himself. And I not only master my grade 8 form, and so I would practice creating an artificial moon in a desolate wasteland, so I don't harm any people or animals. And I end up creating 3 of my own ki techniques, being the Justice Cannon, which is basically my signature move here. Also, basically my version of the Kamehameha. The Justice Saber, basically my version of the Spirit Sword. And the Justice Blast, basically my version of the Big Bang Attack. And I'll be able to create an artificial moon without losing energy. I should also mention I should have mastering for Spirit Vision. I'm not going to bottle on Gigantification, as that would just make me entirely too slow. So now it's time for the UA entrance exams. And me and Izuku being in separate fields, so his exam basically goes the same. Except, he actually gets some villain points. And he doesn't break his bones fighting the 0-pointer. But enough for that. Let's go over my exam. As I would easily take down the foe villains with my cloning into Justice Saber. As I run into a boy with grapes for hair, they're perverting other girls. I thought, that's not the way a hero should behave. So I put a key barrier around him to make sure he can't get out. Anyway, back to the main 0-pointer. As a girl with pink skin and pink hair is caught under some rubble, we gotta find out it's Mina Ashido. And you're probably wondering, why couldn't she just use her acid to get out? Well, her arms and legs are both trapped. As I made 2 clones to get her out of there, and I charge up Artificial Moon to go grade ape and fight the 0-pointer. Meaning, the words, a couple weeks later, the letters from UA arrive. Telling me and Izuku that we both got into Class 1A. Meaning I will end up replacing Mineta. Now don't you worry, I got something planned for Mineta. We'll see more from him in Season 3. And with that, we wrap up the remastered Part 1. So let me know what you guys think, as I will definitely make a Part 2 this time. Be sure to like button for that as well, subscribe to the main channel. This channel and the main channel, where I make Pokemon gameplay, Pokemon discussions, as well as Pokemon countdowns. As our main goal for this year is 500 subs for the main channel. So I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably what if Broly was in the Saiyan Saga remastered. Peace.